G'day, mate, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Jenny, and of course, the wonderful Voltron. In today's episode, we have a lot we need to squeeze in. An awful lot I need to squeeze in. First off, I want to get intergalactic deliveries up and running. Not intergalactic deliveries of resources, I actually want intergalactic deliveries of abilities. I want to be able to go anywhere in the galaxy, anywhere in the cluster, and request buildings to me so I can build anything on any planet. That's going to be step number one. Well, actually, it's going to be step number 4. We're going to be doing that a little bit later. First thing I need to do is I need to make science go faster. I need yellow science to go faster, red science to go faster, blue science to go faster. I also need to probably look at power after I make everything go faster by throwing more power at the problem, and also need rockets to go faster. So there's a lot of things that need to go faster, which means I need to get the intro over and done with because it needs to go fast. So I need to ask that very, very important question, and that is, well, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. If you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, Voltron has got down to one knee and he's pleaded you for us to keep the like, even though you didn't enjoy the video. All right, so today, first thing is we need to, we'll turn on the nightlight so we can see what we're doing, and we need to get yellow science running faster. Now, yellow science is doing awfully good. We have got labs upgraded, but I'm short on organic crystals. So we are going to throw upgrades at the problem. Yep. I am just going to throw in the new, bigger and better assembly machines. Now, the old assembly machine has a crafting speed of 1.5. The new assembly machine has a crafting speed of 3. It does mean that our power consumption has gone from 1 megawatt apiece to, well, 2.7 megawatts apiece. So, that's 12 machines with a couple of megawatts worth of power each. Yeah. Labs, we're going to do the same. We're just going to stop at red science when do that upgrade. That's all going to tube a whole lot more power. Yep. And blue science, first off, we're going to uncap you. And then I want to do the same. Blue science is, well, mostly running currently, but after I do that, and now it runs 3 times faster, I have a feeling we're going to have some problems. I have some feeling we're going to have some significant problems. So I'm going to preemptively upgrade you guys. And then I've done some maths. I've done some maths on this little build and worked out that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can only run about 6 of these guys after these upgrades are done. Well, technically I would need to also upgrade the smelters because blue science is pretty basic. You know, it's blue science is really basic. It is 1 magnetic coil and also 1 green circuit. 1 green circuit requires 2 bits of iron plus 1 bit of copper, and 1 magnetic coil requires also 1 bit of copper and 2 magnets. So it's 2 bits of iron and 2 bits of magnets and 1 bit of copper. We've got 2 bits of copper, 1 for each. We've got 2 bits of iron for one of you. We've got no bits of iron for the other one, and we've got 2 magnets for one of you. Yeah, you can see where my problem is. I might have to come back here. Can I fix this quickly? If I remove you, if I stretch you out a tile and stretch you out a tile and remove you, push you over a tile, give you a sorter in and a sorter in with a sorter, oh god, talk about tight, and then do the same there and then remove that, pick up the power pole, remove the power pole, slide the power pole over a tile, move you over a tile, move you over a tile, yep, and then move my power pole over a tile, okay, move you 1 tile, move you 1 tile, move, there's a whole lot of 1 tiles going on. Pick up that please, remove that, put you there, and then power pole can go outreaches? Okay, and then it collides. I know it collides. Just build it anyway. Fine. There and there. Technically that works. Actually, technically that works. Yeah, technically smelting goes 3 times faster. Our biggest problem is magnets take 1.5 seconds. So I now have 1.5, well, 1.5 and 1.5 to run 2 of you guys, because you have a crafting speed of 3 and you have a crafting speed of 1.5, and that makes the maths work just. Also means that my power is now on the pooper again. Yeah, I need 5 gigawatts worth of power, and I only have 3. So we need to fix power. Also need to fix rockets. I need rockets to go faster. All right, so power. Easiest way to fix power is we're gonna fly over here. And we are going to grab our little blueprints. Not that one, not that one. We want to grab 2 deuterium fuel and rotate you twice and drop you there. Yep, that'll be our solution. And I don't need, for some reason the blueprint has a tiny, tiny little exit belt. I don't need that. You're going to request in everything. Deuterium fuel is going to require warpers. You don't have warpers. Oh. I feel like maybe I should copy the original build. Would have been maybe quicker. Can I put you in there? Can I put you in? Oh, no. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to put you around the rear to get warpers in. Unless you only bring them in via the other robots. Okay, so you're going to need deuterium. I'm going to set you to local demand for right this second. And then I'm going to go steal some deuterium out of... where is that build? You. Because you're sitting on a lot of deuterium. And I'm going to dump that in there for the moment, just so this build gets up and running. Yeah. The idea is this build's going to support our deuterium fuel rod creation, and the other build that I need to go and grab. How many power plants do we have in stock? 100. Cool. I grab all 100 of those, and the other build is going to get a small upgrade to, make it burn fuel faster. Yeah. That's going to be our plan. That's going to be our plan. That's going to be our hope. That's going to be our dream, because power is a bit of an issue. Can I drag that out to there? Can we grab one of you? And we're just going to go pop and pop and that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then we can do this side. You should have one extra on the end. Can you do there? This copper that's in the way, I'm going to do underground mining. Yes, I'd like to do underground mining, please. Cool. Beautiful. Yeah, you can keep mining things even though they're not underground. And we're just going to extend you out to there. I'm going to throw a couple in here. We're going to extend you out. And I actually have a general deuterium problem. Yeah, I need to go farm some gas giants. We'll be doing that between episodes. Yeah, I don't think you guys want to come for a grand tour of the universe to go find another gas giant or 2 to farm. I could convert some hydrogen, but what I'd like to do and what I prefer to do is I prefer to actually make sure... can I open that as well and put that over there? Cool. What I like to do is actually like to make sure that I have all the gas giants farmed galaxy-wide before I worry about starting to make more deuterium. Yeah, it's a thing that I prefer to do. That way I know roughly how much I'm going to have as a constant supply, and then work out what else I need. Okay, the other thing I need to do is I need rockets to go faster. If we have a look at our rocket build... Nope. That's deuterium that we just put down that has already, used everything. Rockets. Yeah. You have 12,000 deuterium. Can I cut you back just a little bit? 9,000 and 9,000 and 9,000. Okay, so I have a bunch of free deuterium. Can I pull, a few thousand out of that and put it back in? Where is that build? That one. Cool. All right, that'll keep the lights on for a little while. I don't need to have 12,000 here. What I do need to have is ninja stars. Ninja stars are built right near this somewhere. I remember that much. Ninja stars, which are short of frame material. Okay, and frame material is maxed out. Okay, so if frame material is maxed out, we are in luck, because over here, I used to being the operative word, 2 acid builds, which no longer exist. So what I want to do is go frame material build number 1. Yep. Which won't need you, or You also won't need that power pole and that power pole. And then we can do frame material build number 2. Yeah, that's our solution. And we could probably increase this request. I want to go for 4,000 and 4,000 and 4,000. And I'm short 1 juicer. Can I have 1 juicer, please, from the bus? Juicer, just give me half of it. Done. Okay. And bop, 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 and bop. Okay. All right. So yeah, I want to get you up and running again. 4,000. We can see this stuff's coming in without a problem. I'm not short on most of these materials. The issue is just we just can't make frame material fast enough. So that should get frame material running fast. If frame material is running faster, then in theory I can get rockets running faster. If I get rockets running faster, in theory I can build a Dyson Sphere faster. The Dyson Sphere is at 11,500 rockets of 15,000. So we've got what, 3,500 to go, and solar sails we've got 50,000 to go, but I have 2,000 being attached currently. And sales wise, hopefully not many are decaying. That number's going up, which is a bad sign. The oldest sales get absorbed first, so it does mean some sales are expiring. Probably, hopefully not too many, as long as I can get the rockets launching faster. The faster the rockets launch, the more sales can absorb. But that's step one. That's step one of today's Make It Go Faster program. Step 2 is I want to come here. And what I actually want to do is I want to make sure that we have in a way, you fly through the rockets. Like, that's not going to cause any problems for traffic control. It's fine. What I want to do is I want to remove this and this. Okay, what I want to do is I want to have a way for anything on the bus for me to request it anywhere in the galaxy. And the only way for me to do that is with interstellar logistics stations, okay? Because they have the vessels, plus they have the warpers, we can then say, hey, I want to have, if there were belt in here for argument's sake, I could then build a tower at the other end and say, hey, bring me belts. And it would fly belt from this tower to that tower, which is good as long as I make sure I have belts somewhere in a tower. I don't have belt in a tower. What I do have is I have every single building you can think of in fidget spinner boxes. Now, I could put a whole bunch of fidget spinners around towers and have things get flown from fidget spinner box to fidget spinner box and in a tower, and that's viable. That's 100% viable. My other option is Space Warper. Can I get like 200 local demand, remote supply, do that, and set you to 1%. We'll cover the 1% in a second. The other thing I can do is use belts. So we're going to be using a bunch of belts, and we're going to be bringing out you up to, say, here. Then we're going to bring you up to here. Then we're going to bring you're in that tile, so there, to there, to there, to there. And then finally you. Okay. The first tower is a little bit unique in the fact I need to bring in warpers in the first tower. Okay. The second tower, which we'll be putting as close to the first tower as possible, and the third tower as close to the second tower as possible, and so on and so forth. The second tower, I want to have some defaults, okay? I want to have some defaults to save me a little bit of effort when copying and pasting, because we're going to be, thank you, copying and pasting this a lot. So my first tower, I want to have 1% of minimum load. Now, that's going to be a very, very important number, because if we look at the tech tree, currently ships have a capacity of 12,000, okay? So if I set that to 1% of 12,000 is 12. So I would have a minimum load of 12, just 12 at once. But, eventually ships get upgrades up to a minimum carry capacity of 2,000, which means my minimum load I can carry out at a time is 20. But if I happen to have, say, I don't know, diamonds in here, actually, probably a better example would be belt. Let's go with belt. If I happen to have 100 in here, and the minimum load is 1%, being 20, they won't carry out 20. They'll carry however much is in the tower. If that happens to be 100, they'll carry out 100. If it happens to be 12,000, they'll carry 12. Well, they'll carry 1,200 in one shipping. I don't want that. So I want to have a whole bunch of towers that have a whole bunch of resources that are capped to the amount I would like for one load. And when I say a whole bunch of towers, I do mean a whole bunch of towers. I mean... Go away. I mean an awful lot of towers because each tower is only going to hold 5 products. So I want to have these guys in a straight line all the way across the top of the bus. And this is one of the reasons it's built on the equator, because the equator is the widest spot of... Widest spot. Bad English. The equator has the largest squares. There we go. The largest squares, which means that because the squares are physically wider and the planet curves away from one another, I get these towers physically very, very close to one another on the ground. If I was to place these up much higher, you could see that I need to have somewhat more distance, especially if we come up to somewhere like a pole. If I put one there, my next one's going to go, a decent way away. So I want to try and keep these on the equator. Also, why the blueprint comes in with magical marker belt to mark where the equator is, so you know where the equator is, so you don't build on the equator because you don't want to put these towers in. Now, I can put the towers closer, but I want some room for some spaghetti. Okay, the other thing I need to do is the very first tower brings in warpers, and warpers go in the magic slot number 6. As you know, every tower has 5 slots, except actually has 6. The 6th slot is, like I said, for warpers, and we're just going to be carrying a warper belt from tower to tower to tower. Yep, and that's going to move the warpers from the first tower out of this slot into the second, into the third, into the fourth, so on and so forth. Now, the 6th slot is fed from whichever slot happens to have warpers in it in this case, so it's going to be perfectly fine. And the first tower also technically doesn't really need drones, but I'm going to throw some drones in it because I can. Here you go, have 50 drones. Those 50 drones are in charge of getting warpers. Okay, next thing I need to do is I need to set my caps. Now, I have, all the alien tech, and we're going to set up only the first tower. The other towers I'll do myself. Yeah, one thing at a time. And we're going to set up this, and also awesome fuel. Now, the minimum you can set on a tower is 100 per stack, which would be fine. Well, it's not fine because there are lots of things that you don't want 100 being shipped out. Energy exchanges was a big one. I don't really want 100 being shipped out at once, but 100 is the minimum. But I run mods. So because I run mods, I can press the left and right buttons on the keyboard to change this to lower or higher numbers. In the case of yellow fuel, 30. 30's heaps. 30 is a lot of fuel. This one's been burning for I don't know how long. Like, I've thrown other fuel in here and we can't get rid of it, okay? These things burn forever. There's 72 gigajoules worth of power. It's going to last quite some time. So what I want to do is I want to bring these belts in. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4. Okay. And I want to set up for 100, probably 200, and then 30. Yeah, that's the plan. You're going to need power, of course. So we're going to put a power pole here. And then my next power pole is going to continue on that line to there. And then to here. And helps maybe if I... No, you are plugged into the grid. And then the only other thing I need to do is come to these boxes and you have an output. Okay, you have an output, you have an output, you have an output, and you have an output. Now, that's the first tower. The second tower is going to be, well, in the case of these guys, it's going to be... What is flying through space? I have no idea. Okay. Second tower is going to be destroyers. So we're just going to, do destroyers from there to there to there. Then we're going to do corvettes, which would go into that slot. Then we do substations, which would go into that slot. Plane smelters, which would go into that slot. And then assembler Mark III, which would go into that slot. Okay, same story. This is going to be very, very similar. The only difference is in a lot of these cases, I need to make sure that the amount I'm crafting is also high enough to cover any shortfalls, because there are going to be times where I'm going to need multiple deliveries. Let's use assembly machines for argument's sake. If I go with 500 is an awful lot. Actually, let's go for destroyers. Destroyers, 500. 500 is 10 stacks. That is the amount that I can fit in the magic inventory slots. But let's say I take on a hive and I lose all 500 very, very quickly. I want to have enough in these boxes that I can potentially have another instant delivery, or maybe 2 instant deliveries. So every one of these, I want to make sure that I have a decent amount set up. In the case of, well, substations, I don't use them that often, and they stack in 30. So I'm probably actually gonna go for 60. Yeah, can I? 60, yeah. So in here, I want to make sure I've already got it set to 120. So I have 2 full stacks ready to go. Plane smelters, I'm pretty right with that. That's what, 500, 1,000. And in here, I'm probably going to go with, 500. 500 is an awful lot, but that's how much I can fit in my magic inventory. And that's sort of the numbers I'm going to be basing a lot of these off. Assemblers will probably be 500 as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with those numbers. So again, we just put you there, put you there, put you there, put you there, and put you there. And this is going to fill up that tower. And then I need to do the next tower and the next tower and the next tower and all the way along the bus. So what I'm going to do is get that done. Now, I'm very, very proud, very, very happy that we've got all these set up. And most of the numbers I'm pretty happy with, but there are some exceptions. There are some changes. There are some minor things. Most of them, some things I want to talk about. Okay, most of the numbers, like you might ask, why do you have 500 thermal power plants? And the same reason is why I have 600 wind turbines. And this comes down to blueprints. If I look at my planetary-wide protection blueprint, it needs 252 thermal power plants. Generally, I don't need to actually put down 252. Generally, I need to put down around about 250 because some of them don't go down. And wind turbines, generally, it's over 500. It might not be as high as 562, but it's over 500. So I've made sure that I can show up on a planet, say hi to the friends, remove the friends, and potentially put down a tower to either bring in the resources I need to build this blueprint, or build this blueprint and put down a tower to bring in the resources I need to build the next blueprint, you know, for the next planet we go visit. So this is why I've chosen, you know, some of these numbers. It's also why, for argument's sake, the plasma turret, I've chosen 80. Because that is the exact amount that's in the planetary defensive blueprint. Now, I was very, very happy with this build. I got all the way to the end. I had 1 tower left over that we weren't doing anything with. And that was until, well, I finally closed the game after having it do other things overnight. Blah, 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 blah. And a patch dropped. And the patch has added a few new things. It's added the jammer tower. It's also added a plasma turret on the ground, which fires the same energy capsules that the normal plasma turret fires, which I'm curious how well these work. They're a little bit low on the hit points, but they have a very large area, well, very large range, and that might fix my problem that I've now got up here because the patch happened and, you know, the Dark Fog got an update and now they're grumpy again on the homeworld. But it also means that my mall, I was very proud of my mall. All my blueprints are available if you're curious on my Discord server. But my mall version 1.1, which had the whole mall, was now missing 2 items. So I've gone and put in a small build to do 2 more items, which I'm gonna go put over there. Yep. Also, there's a lady that now talks every single time I fly, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. Might look for an off button for her. But if I dump down this little blueprint, this is just designed very simply to bring in all the items from the hat network. Yeah, it's not complicated. We're just going to bring in the items from that hat network to make our jammer towers, also make our plasma towers, and conveniently they happen to share 2 resources, so that saved me a couple of chests and a couple of requests. So that's the plan for these guys. In theory, we'll build them. In theory, we'll play with them. But it does mean I need to come up here and I need to put in one of these and one of these with one of these and one of these, and transportation, one of these. Can we land, please? Cool. And you are going to be doing buildings, the new laser. We're just going to go with 1 stack for the moment. And you are going to be doing... Oh, I need to actually research the thing. Yes, I need to research the thing. Oh, remove the other research. Okay. I need the suppressor capsule. On top of that, they added a couple of upgrades. The first upgrade I want to talk about is... Where is it? That one. Which is white science. They added extra inventory. So that's 2 columns of inventory capacity, 1 column on the logistical list. Which, for the record, is massive. I'm going to get a whole new column right here and 2 new columns to the right. Which means I had gone through already and I'd carefully chosen like my daily carry right here of all the exact items I wanted to take. And I'd chosen and disallowed certain things, going with like, you know, they'll just fit in the inventory and I'll carry some around, and I'll request an extra if I need it, you know, from a planet. Yeah, that's going to change because I'm going to get a whole lot of extra pocket inventory slots. So, we'll come back to, you know, exactly what my daily carry is going to be in the future. But we also now have access to, and I've gone and changed over a couple of labs to do these particular researches, the pile sorter upgrade. The pile sorter is, belts? No. Production? No. Transportation. It is the automatic piler. I'm only using this in like one particular blueprint, which is juice. Juice has a couple of pilers over here, and the idea is we bring out 1 belt's worth of material, which we can stack one on top of one another to give me a double stack. To then that's it. It just goes in the tower like that, and it lets me put a little bit more than 30 items per second through the belt, so I could make sure that some of them disappear and go into self doing the juicing the build itself and still have 30 coming out per second. Also, this particular build also relies on stacking. Does that help? That sort of helps a little bit, turning off the nightlight. It relies on stacking with the tier 1 juice. I actually have more than a belt's worth of tier 1 juice coming in, but I'm using the tower to make sure it's stacked. Yeah, so the automatic piler got an upgrade. I don't know how well it works. I know originally trying to get things to stack was definitely... It didn't work more often than it did. That now has a... Can feed out 2 stacked cargoes. Can load 3 cargoes. So it looks like previously it was doing an in and an out operation as 2 separate operations. And now maybe that's been upgraded so it can work a little bit better. I don't know. It's going to require some patience and some time to play with it. Also, the EN weapons for the new jammer have also got an upgrade. Also, Icarus got an upgrade. Technically... water. Can I get... some amount of water? And I can put that slot. And then we can have water fights. Yeah. I could also throw jammers and other things, but I can throw water at the replicators, and it turns out they don't like water. It slows them down. Oh, actually, and also, he got a... POW. He got a discharge defense. I'm going to take the name directly from Factorio. It lets you exchange shield power for a one-off burst attack. Yeah. I don't know how effective that's going to be. Again, it's going to require some patience and some testing. But I need to put you in there, you in there. I need to set you to be Jammer Tower, and you. Both of you, I'm going to set to 20. Which, as we covered, is the minimum amount I can ship. Can I do power pole? I'm going to need a power pole here. Yep. And can I do... request and request have some robots. You don't have a filter. Okay, can I do you for jammer towers? Yes, request and bots. Okay, yep. We'll come back and play with those in a minute because there's a couple other things I need to do. First off, I need to prep to go to another planet. A number of planets. I have a fuel problem, mainly a deuterium fuel problem, and also a hydrogen fuel problem, which sounds like a match made in heaven. In my case, it's not. I'd really prefer to find a different way of solving the problem. Can I get 10 of those? Cool. What I like to do is I like to go out to the star cluster. I like to go out to the star cluster and I like to tap every single gas giant on every single star to make sure I have got all the deuterium that I have available and I can bring it to wherever I need it before I start setting up hydrogen to deuterium loops. So I need a number of these guys, and I'm short on these guys because I'm short on, well, accumulators. So we are going to put in just temporarily a single, thank you, inventory capacity. Yeah, that's massive. That makes a massive difference. We're going to put in a single one of these guys, which is then going to juice our batteries. I got to wait for the existing batteries to finish charging. But once they're done, we can then charge batteries at potentially twice the speed, like 100 megawatts each, which should be fine because power is finally solved on this planet. Why is power solved on this planet? Well, the Dyson shell's done. I'm no longer launching rockets, which means I'm not mass making rockets. It is still absorbing some sails, and I have a considerable amount of power being borrowed by our friends that we will go and talk to them in the future about. Not right now, I have other things I need to do right now, but we will deal with that in the future. So I'm just going to juice a handful of these to make sure that, well, we can make a handful of these so I can go out and visit some gas giants between episodes, because if we're out of deuterium fuel, and that we'll come back to that problem. Wow, that's a number of upgrades. Can I also do that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one, and that's probably not infinite tech, so we'll do that one as well. Yeah, I don't think they added any other research. I don't think so. Okay, so I want to get this done. I also need to, or want to, delete that. I also want to go to our current battery charging system and change it over as well. I want to change it to no longer, discharge batteries. I want it to start charging batteries, at least for a little while. Can I change you to that? And can I change you to... Well, actually, let's leave you on remote command. That way, in theory, they're going to all end up here. We'll see. All right, what I want to do is put one of these on here. I want to put a box in here. We're going to take a small amount of belt and shove it in there with one of them and one of them. And you're going to be sorted to juice. Just one of, and guess spots request. Okay. I want to juice these guys. I also need to change you to charge mode and paste out that row, and also paste out that row. Okay, they're all going to be set to charge. They will start charging the batteries instead, which suddenly means that I'm almost a gigawatt already. Yeah, almost a gigawatt already in charge, and when I start adding juice to it, it's going to get a whole lot worse. In fact, we don't have enough available power to technically charge them all at the current rate we're going, which is good, sort of, because I need to do something about some power problems. I need to put in one of you guys. There, you'll do. I need you to do hydrogen, 10%, and robots, and power pole. Because I have a hydrogen problem. It's probably a problem that many people are familiar with. I have too much of it. Let's start with... Wow, okay, all right, you done? Okay, let's start with you. You're set to 50% request. Because you're at 50% request, to get rid of hydrogen, that means when anything needs a 50% of a load of a drone, which is now 120, so anything needs 60... Oh, the plasmas are firing again. Anything needs 60 hydrogen, one of these guys can fulfill that load. Okay, you are set to 50% as well. Where is the other one? You are also set to 50%. So the idea is that these guys are going to try and get rid of their hydrogen, whereas I do have one. You are set to 100%. So the idea of this one, which is just requesting hydrogen for the few places we need hydrogen, mainly we need hydrogen in making the cashmere crystals. This is actually the import, which is set to 90%. So it's going to be a little bit more proactive about going and getting hydrogen. Yep. this is the only place I'm really using hydrogen. So if I'm not using quantum chips, I'm not using hydrogen. If I'm not using hydrogen, then my fire ice builds back up, which means I've run out of graphene. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of hydrogen, and I need to do it outside the logistics bot network. So what I want to do is, now I've got a whole bunch of automatic pilot upgrades. It's so much easier to look at in the towers. Towers, pilots. Can I just go with 5? 5 should be enough. All right. What I want to do is I want to bring you and you go away. I want to bring hydrogen out of you, slot number 2, over to here, and then to here. Then I want to have a sorter. I'm going to bring you into there, and then into there. You're going to be set to hydrogen. You're going to be set to 100%, I guess. Yep. And you're going to be left as is. And actually, I might beforehand put in, it's not on that tab, it's on transportation, put in one of these piler things. And in theory, you're going to take in hydrogen and bring out hydrogen now stacked 4 high. You are. Okay. So I want to do that one. I also want to do a similar thing here. I want to put you here. Oh, you need power. Of course you do. Okay, fine. Put you there. Put you there. Bring hydrogen out of our graphite build. Nope. Reverse. Thank you for having the belt slide around. It very, very much helps things. Actually, I don't need to really run you through a piler. Just into there and then into there. Can I change? I can't change the filter on that. Okay, can I change that? Change you back to fire ice. Remove the hydrogen and there. Okay. Sorry. Reverse the rest of you. Yeah. Fixed. Okay. All right. You can go away. We're just gonna run. So the hydrogen's already coming out of these towers at 2 stacks high. Because the towers have auto stacking enabled. So I want to grab that hydrogen, and so that's fire ice for sails, that's fire ice for graphite, and that is fire ice for more sails. So we're going to remove you. Let's try turning off the light. Sort of helps a little bit. And number 2, which will then come to here, down here. As a shield. I like shields. I guess we're going to bring you to here and then slide you. The shield's still my way. Go away. Yeah, can I bring the belt this way? And then can we go around that side? I can. Until about here. Good enough for me. You can go away, you can go away. And where am I aiming for? This side of this tower. Yes. And over to here roughly. And then... can you... Can you go there by any chance? How about in that orientation? Works for me. Okay. That does not work for me, actually. Okay, can you go away? Can I put a splitter here? You go in there. You go in there. You go away. I want to bring out you and out you. You go away. I want a transportation. You and you. I want to stack this hydrogen as high as I can because we're going to mass burn this stuff. We are just going to be burning all the hydrogen. This is my hydrogen and my other hydrogen feed-in belt, which also needs... Actually, no, we're not bringing out of you. Okay, you need a feed-in belt as well. Done. Okay, Cool. Spaghetti. All right. You are going to have a priority to go there. You're going to have a priority to go there. And you're going to have a priority to go there. All right. After that's done, we are going to then go into transportation, piler. We're going to put a piler here, a piler here, and a piler here. Okay. Very simple concept is I want to stack my hydrogen as tall as possible so I can run it through as many thermal power plants as possible. It's nothing more complicated than that. We're just going to be burning the hydrogen as fast as I possibly can, and that's the grand concept of what we're going to be doing with this stuff. So I need to plug that into there. I need to plug that into there. I'm perfectly happy with sideloading this stuff because the plan is we're just going to try and get it all burnt off as best as we can. So if I put one of you here, normal 30 belt, these are no longer a 30 belt. These are potentially stacked 4 tall. They are 4 tall. So a normal 30 belt, I can burn 90 hydrogen. We are well past that. So that's 10 long, that's 9 wide, which means that is a power plant of 1 belt's worth of hydrogen. And I have potentially 4 belts worth right here, because they're now stacked 4 high. So rather than moving 30 per second, I'm now moving 60, 120 per second. Yeah, the stackers are powerful in what they do. But hopefully the idea is we can burn off all of this as fast as possible. It also means, okay, you've got drones. You should send hydrogen wherever it needs to go. I can dump hydrogen there. I can dump fire ice back in there. And it means that, yes, I shouldn't have an issue with hydrogen backing up. It is available. Actually, can I just do this? Power plant. On 99 of them, because I can't count. Okay, I can accept that. Okay, that failed. Watch my inventory fill up with hydrogen. Okay, you go to there. Okay, try again. 3rd time's a charm. Done. Okay. That should burn off 2 full belts worth of hydrogen. I don't actually think I have 2 full belts coming out per second. I hope. We will see. Okay. Tab doesn't work. Okay. Can I get this little belt built? Yeah, I don't think I have this much hydrogen coming out per second, but this should hopefully solve a number of my power problems. And we should also, where are they? They're all fully charged. Technically, I want to remote demand those in and supply. Yeah, I need to go find more flat batteries. Yeah, an awful lot of flat batteries and bring them in here. So that can fully charge. But hydrogen's now coming out. It's going around here. That's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, their AI got a tweak. And that should be burning off all my hydrogen without a problem. And yes, it should mean that I now have a bunch of batteries available for, well, future conquests. Because, yeah, our Dyson Sphere is finished. I need to go to a new planet. I need to set up a new Dyson Sphere. And I also need to visit the homeland. I might go visit the homeland straight away because I don't know what's causing that. And it could be anything. It could be some minor tweak. It could be that the planet hasn't technically loaded since the new versions come out. It's a background load rather than a proper load. It has an active farm. I don't know. But either way, I do know I need to leave this video here. Actually, no, before I do that, I want to look at you. 36 of them. And where are you? You're missing batteries, but we are charging batteries at a rate of 100 megawatts because you still have 521 sprays in you. Yeah, you're good to spray another 500 batteries. So my limitation is batteries. I could grab a stack of charged batteries. I might do that. You have 36. How many do I have on me? I have 40, 36. I only need 4 of them. Yeah, I'm probably gonna loot some batteries. Probably, definitely gonna loot some batteries from the previous battery build, wherever the hell it is. And shove it in there. And I'm gonna go and visit a gas giant. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit a gas giant. And get that set up. Oh, also means I can swap my labs back. We can go back to infinite science, which is 88%. It's that one. Cool. All right, like I said, I need to leave this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I do hope to show you the other end of our interplanetary delivery system, probably in the next episode. Yeah, because we're going to be setting up. Well, actually, we're setting up rockets for the next episode on a new planet. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, with all that said, like I said, I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.